Hi, it's raining here in Florida. I am out in the garden, but it's kind of let up for a minute. But I haven't been out here for a bit, so I thought I'd give you an idea of what's going on out here. So this is the earth bed. So needs to be weed eated. I did plant some yellow peppers, red peppers, my potatoes. I have an orange pepper, and this is a purple bell, which has a little bit of starting to flower there. The eggplants, black eyed peas. I don't know what I'm doing with these things, but we're just letting them go. I don't know. Over here I have, this is cucumbers. I do have a little tiny one there. No. And then I think I had a couple more on there. Oh, there's another one over here on this one. And then these are all straight eights, which I have the trellises in between, so I'm gonna run some line. This is the baby watermelons. Looking a little poorly, but I need to get them string up. Onion bed here. They're doing okay. I think I'm just gonna step over. Carrots, which you know how that goes. They take forever, so I'm just let them go. This is my corn. This Florida heat is no joke, so don't know how that's doing. And I kind of succession planted, so these are coming up, and then I have some smaller ones that are starting out. And then a lot of the ones I did initially have ears on them. Whether they pollinated or not, I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it, so that's the corn in the in-ground bed. Done a lot of pulling up. There's a little volunteer tomato plant I just went ahead and put in another pot. Here is our pepper plant, and then Roma tomatoes. And that's kind of got a lot on it. Another pepper plant. I don't know. They're pretty good. I kind of weeded this out. It had a lot of vines in it, so I just kind of went to town on it yesterday. I do have a butternut squash there. And then another one, little one started. I already pulled some of them off. This came in my desert rose. I'm not sure exactly what it was. It was kind of one of those little voluntary plants, so I planted it to itself. Pulled out all the zucchini except for that one, and that one may still come out as well. This is the beefsteak tomatoes here, and then it is pretty loaded up. I have one over here. They're not as big as you would think they would be, but maybe because it's in a container, I'm not sure. And the cherry tomatoes, I need to weed eat so bad. And then they're doing pretty good. And there's lots of little tomatoes on those. This is a, oh, what do they call it? Calamandine. But it's actually starting to put on little fruits. It's some sort of citrus. They say it's kind of a sour, citrusy sour kind of thing. I got my carrots here, and as you can see there, these are doing pretty good. There's only a few, but that's okay. We don't mind. We're gonna let them sit for a little longer and pull them up. Oh, what do they call this? Let me see here. It's a clementine. Clementine? If anybody knows what that was. This was my yellow squash. Yanked it out. This was that lettuce thing that I had no clue about. Yanked it out. Another Roma tomato. It's doing real poorly. This is the one I had a lot of end rot on, so I've kind of just gave up on it. Death of the Brussels sprouts. That's a no-go. And then this over here is a pepper plant that pretty much survived Hurricane Ian. Bless its little heart, it's trying to come back. It's even got some little deformed peppers coming up. So if it wants to live, I'm giving it a chance. Over here I have my okra. And the pot, it's doing a lot of flowering. I'm not sure if I'm going to get some okra on it or not. There's some little flowers on it. So I guess I'll just wait and see. This is the crazy corn in the container. And what happened there was it was doing better than the in-ground corn initially, but we had a windstorm. And as you can see, it pretty much topped everything. But it is trying to do something regardless. So I'm just going to let it do it. This is my lemon tree. And I'll need to get that in the ground too. I know. Slacking. And then this is the sweet peppers. I harvested several. And then it started to, just drop Roxy's leash, produce again. So there's numerous ones on there, and then some starting here. Miss Roxy's leash on the ground, sorry about that. This is a tomato my mom got. One of the branches broke off, but I'm giving it a shot because the rest of it's kind of producing. Another, this is a green bell, Bonnie green bell, and it's still going. Did harvest a lot off that one. Oh, these poor little, I pulled these off their mom runner, so I'm trying to get them started, but it's just not doing well. And then this is the initial strawberry bed. Well, there's 3 of them, so they're growing. Lost my watermelon. Poor thing, it looked like it had like some little wormholes in it, and that was trellised in like a teepee thing. So I'm still letting it grow and see. There's another one. And it's just kind of looking poorly. So I don't know if I should take it down and just let it run across the ground, or I don't know, leave it be. Over here we have my blueberry bush, and it looks like it's putting on some new growth. Also need to get that in ground. And then this is another little cherry tomato plant. Still getting lots of blooms on it. And lots of little cherry tomatoes. This is called a Better Boy. And I don't know. I'm not doing really well with the tomatoes. And again, oh, this was the cantaloupe. It's gone. So just kind of playing it by ear over here, what I can do and can't do. So that pretty much covers the in-ground and the container garden here. I'm just going to let it go. We'll go over here to the semicircle. This is over by the fire pit area. And then we've got some oyster plants coming up, and then those are some marigolds. Pentas here. More marigolds. Some salvia, which is mealy sage. It's seen better days too. The other penta. And then I planted, now I can't remember to be honest with you, because I planted rows of, this time I didn't put like all over. I planted rows, so, and this row here is just flourishing. Not sure what it is. Behind those I planted my caladiums and my tulip bulbs. And then somebody that I worked, one of my donors, gave me this bird of paradise, so I got that in ground. The bushes are doing good. That's the hibiscus, and then I've got the oh my gosh, gardenia bushes, and they're in a row here as well. And then this grassy stuff just kind of takes over. So over here, not even sure what these are, but they're going in the ground. They're kind of cute. A lady gave this to us. My mother said it was called Jacob's Tears, but she called it Mother of Many, or I don't even know. Over here, we got the Angelonia. I just got those. I haven't put them in yet, but I thought they were really pretty. My dog's having a fit. And then Calabra Choi Petite. I don't know. It's cute. It's got like little flowers on it. It's like a little bush. And I'll get that going when I got some sun and I can get into it. I'm going to go over to the table through my hot mess over here. I did buy another crooked neck little yellow squash to put in. I started these from seed, so I've got some spaghetti squash and zucchini plants coming up. I'll get to those soon. Over here, I started some Alaskan peas, mixed color bell peppers, okra, and then some snow peas in the back. So they're all like in a little starter tray. And then this whole tray was grape seeds, red globe grapes. And so I took the seeds, but 2 of them actually came up. So I am hoping that is my grapes. And then we'll go from there. These are going to go in the ground. I haven't had a chance to get them there yet, but I started them from seeds. And this is all the different sunflowers. I'm going to plant a whole wall border of sunflowers. Roxanne, please. Then we have more marigolds in the flower bed. Some of the more of the mealy sage. This is called scarlet sage. There. I think kind of got to get those marigolds out of there, I think, because desert rose here. And then this is the other bed here. This has got the salvia, mealy sage. And then this is like a bushy thing, but it's kind of taken over too. Do have some other plants coming in that I planted, along with some marigolds. Back on the back side, we have our lavender bed with the calico, with the orange, and then Mexican heather. I thought, I put in a weed mat and I thought maybe that would be okay, but now I'm thinking I should have dug deep. This poor bush, Roxanne has just pretty much beat to death. All the stuff in this here, aside from the middle section, I grew from seeds. So these are the zinnias. And then cosmos. And it turned out I kind of like it. It's tall, but it's pretty good. And then that's the calico down there, the red. But you can see that the other stuff is just overpowering that part. There's Miss Roxanne. These are the Rio vines. That's the garden gate when it goes in. Over here we got more zinnias. And then again, see how tall those things have gotten. This is comparison to where I started with the smaller, shorter bed. And then I got some stuff coming in here and on this side. And then the smaller stuff in the middle, which was the pink calico. These things are just overpowering them. So I may have to do some little transplanting, switching it up a bit. But that pretty much is where we're at. We've got boards out here still. Got to get the fence up. We're just taking it day by day. I'm going to start replanting. Got a tarp over there with some dirt. I'm mixing up some stuff for that. And then I'm going to plant those other seedlings. And you can see back here, that was pretty brutal. With my chop and drop back here, I just ripped everything out that wasn't doing okay. Dropped it. And that's pretty much where we're at. Out behind the house in the garden. Got the eggplant over there. Got the fence laying there because that's the one we were going to put up around the garden, but I don't know. We're kind of rethinking that. Trying to figure out how to rearrange everything that I want to do. Because I would kind of like, once this all gets cleaned up and ready, I got like a little slope, so I'm going to get some fill dirt. But then we've got the area where we had the fire pit. When it's nice and the mosquitoes don't tote you off. And we have the tiki torches over there. I've got some more of the wood board things to make some other holders. Lots of stuff to fill in. But Miss Roxy, I think that concludes our garden tour, and you are all tangled up in that. I gotta get you out of that. All right, well, that'll do it. We will see you next time.